Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
I see. If I may ask, what's the exit plan for NABCO? Since we all know that it is not permanent employment, what's the exit plan? What is the time frame? How are you managing that?
So this is one of the critical areas in terms of the next steps of the organization. I am very certain that from the very beginnings of it, we had issues bordering on sustainability, and that question came up a lot. One, because there was a sense that the sheer scale of it, funding would be an issue. Funding has not turned out to be an issue. We're paying the trainees on a regular basis. The other issue is what happens to all these trainees, considering their numbers when they come to the end of the program after 36 months. Now, NABCO was designed as a work and learning program. What that means is that from their very point of entry, we also saw them as exiting the scheme, having acquired the essential work readiness skills. In fact, when I was sat at the reception waiting for this interview to commence, I took interest in the Daily Graphics advertisement today for an environmental health officer or something of the sort. I've actually taken a shot of it, and it's actually quite interesting because this is the reason the scheme was established. If you look at the requirements to be hired for that particular role, usually we all pride ourselves in the qualifications that we have. I have a bachelor's degree in political science. Others would state they have a bachelor's degrees or higher national diploma. But if you look at any public advertisement to hire for a job vacancy, what you're likely to find is that your degree that you so much cherish is just but one bullet point out of several. And what I saw today this morning actually has 9 bullet points with the requirement to have something in the social sciences or the environmental health sciences or biochemistry or chemistry or science related areas. That is just one bullet point. All other 8 bullet points talks about the certain skills that you require in terms of your ability to function as an IT in the IT environment, communication skills, being able to manage people, your team work skills. All these essential work readiness skills, if you were to apply for that role today and all you could boast of was I have a degree, there is a chance that you could not get hired. It also requires you to have 2 years experience. If all you had was national service, there's a chance that you would still not meet the requirements.
So NABCO is preparing them for the future?
So NABCO is supposed to work on all these essential areas that you require to add to your very foundational qualification to make you employable. And so if you were to look at the data that we have from the start of the scheme, over 9,000 NABCO trainees so far, based on the data that we have already transitioned into permanent employment. Now, this has not taken account of recent recruitments that are taking place, and we're going to do the stock taking by the end of July, and I'm sure that we would have had over 15,000 of our trainees exiting already. Now, in the majority of cases, what you find are 3 tracks. People gaining retention in their current workplaces because there are recruitments going on. The Ghana Education Service was a clear example, Ghana Revenue Authority another, and then we have other bits and pieces happening maybe in the local government area. If you look at the other aspect, there are a lot of our trainees who are entrepreneurial. And for them, they are not looking for anyone to hire them. They're just looking for the essential skills and support to be able to set up their own business, so they could equally become employers of their peers. And we're preparing them equally based on the sort of exposures that we give them on the scheme. The final category I usually put in the further learning category, because people are being exposed to environments that they have never. I was in the Western region 3 days ago. As part of my monitoring, and I was surprised. We went to Takoradi Technical Institute. Over 40 NABCO trainees work there, and a lot of them, not all of them have the engineering related backgrounds, but they're starting to enjoy and learn a lot on the work that they are already training themselves during the weekends to be able to fit in such work environments. So they are defining their career pathways already and that is becoming clearer to them thanks to the Nation Builders Corps. So if they were to pursue further studies, they were likely to take a very focused approach in terms of their career choices for those further learning. So we've always thought about this in terms of how our trainees will exit. And I believe that a lot of them are beginning to see the value in that.
Dr. Nyas, I think you should investigate this thing about 30 CDs, because I'm getting loads of reports from all over. Some have explained that the 30 CDs is for sewing the cloth.
Okay.
Some say that it is to sew whatever. And we're getting it from all over the place. It's Bono East. I have Bono East here. I have Agona West. I have Kumasi. I have let's see, Ejumako Enyan Esiam is also here, and then well, this one is from right here in Adabraka. It says, why are some district coordinators taking 30 CDs?
What are they saying? It's
in the name of sewing the cloth for us. That's Kwejo in Adabraka who sends that, and so I think there's an issue with this.
So we'll investigate this. What I will say is that if the cloth
are district coordinators mandated, authorized to take 30 CDs in the name of sewing?
I'm just trying to make a point. If the cloth was not for free, we would have said so, because it's not criminal for people to pay for their work cloth. If it was for sale nationally, we would have said so. It's not criminal. Government decided that at the very start of the scheme, a lot of these young people were taken onto the scheme had not worked beyond their national service in majority of cases, and did not have the sort of financial muscle to be able to pay. So you realize that from the point of application all the way even to the passing out ceremony when we gave out the t-shirts, none of this was paid for by NABCO trainees. But I'm beginning to see the trend that in some of the districts that you have cited, they are citing the 30 city, which is what is being cited as being for an arrangement to sew the cloth, not to pay for the cloth. And those district arrangements we will never know, because the welfare schemes in every district vary, and if the arrangements are being made local, we would have to investigate and find out what. But certainly the NABCO cloth is for free. We don't charge. Otherwise we would have taken the money directly from source, because we pay them, and we haven't done that.
This FM 104.3 Would you mean